Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more to the meta. So guys, once again, I want to show you some defensive gameplay and how I make adjustments with defense. One of the things I do want to let you know, I recently switched over to the 49ers playbook, which is a base 43 defense, and a couple of reasons why I did that is, first and foremost, I like how the nickel formation plays a little bit better against the run, the nickel over, opposed to some of those nickel 2-4 defenses where you really can't shift your linebackers around. Another reason too is that it's got a superior dollar defense, and I'll show you the reason why I actually go ahead and do that. If you guys are looking for ways to just expand your playbook and your knowledge, go ahead and check out my Patreon. I have a massive breakdown of the spread offense ebook, and then also I'm working on some other ebooks. In particular, I'm working on the Green Bay Packers, and I've done some extensive breakdowns in the Bears offense. So right now I'm running Green Bay Packers as my offense. I really do like it a lot. So I'm going against a guy that's played over 600 games online. He's ranked 4,600. My adjustments obviously is match, conservative, and always baseline as for my defense. And then my primary defense I like to come out of, regardless of what my opponent's using, is I'm going to use a nickel defense. And one of my base audibles I'm going to switch to is going to be a cover 9. And I do that because I want to be able to adjust to any kind of heavy sets, and if there's a likeliness he's going to do an outside run or stretch. Now, other adjustments I'll show you, but just because I'm just setting everything up, I typically just try to call a play right away. So when I see any kind of a heavy set with the defensive line, typically what I like to do is I like to take the defensive line and shift them over, and then I can take my linebackers in this over formation and shift them over too, and they get a lot better leverage. Now I'm going to user the safety, pull him down in the box, and the last adjustment I like to do is I like to take this guy and man him up, so he basically goes anywhere that I want, goes anywhere they want. Now he can still get that out route as an adjustment. But what this does is it kind of takes away these slant routes that he might want to try to run against me. So my responsibility is to fill the gap against him, and basically if he tries running the outside, but if he stretches to the outside, I've got leverage with these guys, and these guys should be able to take that away. So that's why I have it set up like that. So here's my anticipation, looking for any kind of crossing routes. He goes to the outside. And actually he gets himself a yard off that. Now he'll come back to the run, stretch plays, and get away some good runs, but that's one of the reasons why I run cover 6. Now the next couple of plays I set up, I like to switch out cover 3 sky, and the play that I like to use opposed to sky is going to be hard flats. And the reason I do hard flats is that it's just one less adjustment. I try to quickly adjust into this, and I'm going to user the safety like I am, and then I'm going to take this guy and put him into a deep third, which can usually bait my opponent into a bad play. The other play I like to use, which a lot of people have a hard time with, is Palm's defense. So cover 4 palms is my other adjustment. You're going to see me coming back to that and actually seeing him throwing interceptions to me. So right here he's got, you know, basically a wide receiver here. His 2's right here. He's got his 3, and then he's got his 2, and then his 1. So I think what I did is, in this type of situation, I jumped into basically cover 4 palms defense, and I go ahead and anticipate that he might scramble with this quarterback. One of the things too is that I'll man a line, or I'll shift this guy off to the side with this adjustment, and just see what he hits. So he actually hit me with a little slant play to the running back. Got a really good release. It was a good run, good play by him by cover 4 palms. So the guy plays double slants, stock. He didn't make any kind of adjustments. Then now, basically, I'm going to stay in this cover 6. I'm going to kind of bunch everybody up, play in the middle of the box. I'm going to just run this play stock and see how he responds to it. And actually tries a post over the top of me, which really was not that bad of a read, but I was actually in the passing lane, so that was kind of risky. So now when I see any kind of a tight set like this is where I jump into cover 3, and the reason why is I'm looking for the standard, type of a mesh concept, maybe a streak, some guy coming down in a wheel route like this, and I want to go ahead and try to take away that wheel route and see, take away that mesh. So my adjustment is to go ahead and take this guy, streak him up. I'm going to play this guy down in the box. when I'm running this type of a defense. And right here you can see the crossers off to the backside, but I didn't set this guy up correctly, so he did have an open read for a touchdown, but he was too busy waiting for this crosser, and I think he might have thrown it away because he just knew everything was just pretty much bottled up. So bad read by him. He had a touchdown opportunity. He missed it because I didn't set the defense correctly, but I would have had a deep third set up if I actually set that up correctly, and I don't think I made the adjustment. So he was doing play action crosser, which is a play that you're going to see. Now I'm actually seeing it's a 3rd and 10 situation. So this is where I'm going to jump into the dollar defense. I'm going to use that cover 3 blitz play as a base play. I think I'm setting up basically the cover 4 drop as a base play, but I'm going to use this as my base play. I think what I did later in the game is I blended in this double safety drop, but it's going to be this free safety zone blitz. So he's doing empty set, and I've got the blitz set up, and my responsibility is that this guy should match. There's a guy out here should match. He should match the number 2. He should match the number 2. My responsibility is to match this tight end route. That's going to be who I'm going to have to take care of. So right there, I'm actually setting the blitz up. Pressure should come in, and I'm trying to match up with that tight end. And now you can see the tight end actually goes to the outside. So I've got this corner route protection right here, and he's got a double drag, and then he's got this route that kind of sticks and then goes up. So I let the corner route go because I had help on that side. Now I'm actually trying to trail with this, and he actually just throws it right over my dude and gets past my middle safety and gets a touchdown. So I played the sound defense. It was sound defense. It was good decision making. I just wasn't in position. So that was a risky throw. When you see people throw players balls like that over your user and get away with it, you realize, okay, this guy's going to make some mistakes later on in the game, because you can't make decisions like that because you're taking a huge risk. You're taking a 50-50 risk if it's users in the area where you're throwing at. So strong close, going to stay with the cover 6, and I'm always going to go to the strong side of the field. So I'm going to push my guys this way. I'm going to rotate my linebackers this way so that runs away. And I'm going to user this guy, and then typically what I'll do is I'll match this guy up with my defense. So I slide my guys over. I've got leverage now, so if his blockers try to block, these guys are essentially going to be, they're all going to be engaged, and it's going to give me kind of a free reign right here, and I'll clean up on this backside with the run. But this is what he does. He actually switches things up, and he uses a trick play, I believe. He uses the end around, and my blitzer just gets a wrong angle with the end around, and he picks up 8 yards on an end around. So he could have went back to that. That would have been something he could have adjusted to, but that was a good play. It was pretty much a garbage play. I've never had anybody use an end around against me. So once again, you can see I've got the strength of the formation on this side. So what I'm going to do is take my line over, shift over my linebacker. So basically the blocking is not going to be as effective because he's going to have defenders. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to user this guy down in the box. I'm going to go ahead and try to fill the gap or just carry over with that outside run. Manned up, same type of coverage setup. He goes to an outside blitz right here. I've got a guy is supposed to gobble this guy up, and look what happens with this. He gets around my defender, Bosa, and he's able to go ahead and pick up a huge gainer right there. So technically the defense was sound. Everything was set up to take away that run. He's able to go ahead and just outrun Bosa and get to the outside. Now he jumps into spread formation, and right here what I do is I just do sometimes when I don't really know what I'm going to do against somebody, I go into palms. One of the adjustments to do with palms is I'll take this guy and put this into a deep third, another guy in deep third, and just use the middle linebacker and then QB contain and see what he does. He does a little bubble RPO, and that gets shuts down by the quarter flat out of the Palms defense. So it was good that he did it on the first play. Now he's going to be thinking, okay, that these RPOs might be dead the way I run my defense, and it takes plays out of his arsenal that he can use against me. So right here, strength. He's got basically an ace formation. a lot of times I like to cross man the running backs, but I'm just going to leave this as is. I think what I did is I might have went with cover 6. He tries running the ball up the middle of the field, and Bosa this time makes a play for me. Gets him a 3rd and 8 situation. So now I'm seeing it's 3rd and 8. I got burned on like a long developing route and kind of overthrew me. And I think what I did, is this where I make an adjustment? Yeah, okay, so what I did is I actually took out the man version of this and I actually put basically the cover 3 version. And I'm going to call deep safeties out and I'm going to switch to this play. That's going to be the play I'm going to switch to. And I'm going to bring my safeties down so it just kind of messes his reads up a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and user this guy right here. So he's got basically 1, 2, 3, and then he's got his 2 and the 1. These guys will match. These guys will match. These guys will match. And my responsibility is to take care of the 3. But look what he does with his offense. He slides his guy over. Right, so now this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, and any kind of route combination that he has over the top or the corner, he's got this. This is all squared up on this side. So my responsibility is to relate to the 3. That's my responsibility. So as soon as the ball gets snapped, I'm just going to go ahead and run out to the 3 and try to cover up any kind of passing lanes that he goes with. So sure enough, he snaps the ball. I'm just boogieing to the 3. He throws a streak, and my safety's able to go and pick him off right there. He actually makes a bad decision, and I'm able to go and intercept him on that particular play. So worked out for me defensively. He makes a bad decision. I get the ball down in the red zone and make a bad decision, and actually threw a whip a little bit earlier than I was supposed to. Should have waited for the whip route to develop. He actually gets back on offense. He's got 1 minute and 12 seconds. This is what I would refer to as a clinic situation where he's just bad time management, especially for someone who's played 600 games. What I did is I dropped this guy into a 3rd. I've got this guy in a 3rd, and I've got basically a rec hook here, and I'm using a rec hook, and these guys are going out to flats. So I like this anytime I've got these tight sets. When I've got a tight set, this is when I jump into cover 3 because I'm looking for someone that's going to run mesh against me. And basically, he hit the flat. My defender came down, played it. It could have got picked off and picked 6 because he just got rid of the ball really quick and didn't really read the coverage that well. Now he goes in empty formation. So I'm going to go into cover 4 palms. And I'm just going to go ahead and basically QB contain. And what I like to do typically is I like to take these guys and cover 4 palms, and I like to put them in deep thirds because if he does any kind of a smash concept like this, this guy will come down, and then this safety's responsibility is to play the top, but a lot of times they're out of position, and that could be a huge play right here. So that's why I drop my guys into deep thirds, is to protect against any kind of a smash concept, which I don't want to give up a touchdown. So I'd rather give up the stuff underneath than giving up big plays over the top. That you have to avoid that in this type of a game situation. So here we go. We're going to set this up. Basically, he's doing a similar play concept as before. He's got the little trail route, throws into one of my defenders. He picks up 3 yards. Now I'm going to go ahead and dial him up with the dollar blitz. Back to the safety go. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with the blitz. I think what I did is I tried to get a little bit cute. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to cover 4 drop. I wanted to keep everybody close to the line of scrimmage. I messed up my adjustment right here. This is a bad adjustment. He actually had this open, but I think he definitely missed it. And I've got basically this defense set up. The way he was running the defense, I did get some matching coverages, but you could see basically these guys are covered up. This guy's carrying with it. So he's pretty well locked up. He doesn't have anywhere to go with it. He takes off this quarterback and gets a nice little 20-yard gainer right there. So, and now he actually burns a timeout, leaving himself with roughly 34 seconds. So that was actually kind of a bad decision based on that. He should have saved a little bit more time because he's got so many timeouts. I don't know why he's doing that. So he goes back to this play again, this formation. This time what I do is I spy this guy up. So once again, it's adjusting to your opponent's tendencies. A lot of times what people do is that if you do empty sets and you adjust, you're gonna get people that are gonna go ahead and try to do the same thing. So Cooks right here comes over, so that's my responsibility. I'm the 3 rec, 3 wide receiver rec, so my responsibility is to carry with this guy. If he does go outside, that's not really my responsibility because I should have some help with the quarter flat, but I'm really going to be looking for anybody going over the middle of the field. And he actually does some kind of a weird C route, and I got away with one right there. So this receiver was wide open in this type of situation because he had like a little crossing route. I didn't have any help on the backside, and I got away with one. That should have been completion, should have been a first down, should have been a good chunk of yards right there. So pistol ace, 2nd and 10 situation. I decided to go ahead and send some pressure his way. I don't want to give this guy any time. So I'm going to go back into the safety go. And I'm going to switch into this 3 wide receiver blitz. This guy should match up. You've got this guy right here. This guy should match up, and I'm going to go ahead and just use this guy. He really doesn't have, this is not a good set to go and use this against. So he does a run play inadvertently. He's on the 41-yard line, so this is really not a good choice to make a run play. He should have passed it. So that was actually kind of a gutsy call. And then he actually no huddles, burning up precious time. It's a terrible clock management on him, but I already have a blitz set up, and right here he jumps into basically a concept where he's doing stuff like this, and he's just quick snapping that, and he's got a wide receiver out. The way I have my defense set up, it just basically that blitz just covers it up completely, and he ends up going down to 2 seconds and does a Hail Mary play right there. Anytime you get running the Hail Mary plays where it's just you're just trying to protect against one play, best thing to do is play man coverage, and then just do like a 3 high shell, play over the top coverage. Don't allow your opponent to basically hit you over the top. So he actually tries to hit this little trail route that he had success with in the first play, but you can see this is actually pretty much shut down. So I'm up 14-0, and he comes out. He gets the ball in the third quarter. I've already burned some time against him. He goes into this play once again, and this is something he wasn't prepared for. So once again, I shift my guys over. I rotate my guys over, and I want to try to get run fits down. So if he goes with the stretch play, I can hit this. I think I go ahead and man this guy up. So here's my defense. This is what I'm setting up when I see these type of formations. I want to go to the strength of the formation and say, hey, if you're going to run a stretch out to the outside, I'm going to do that. I'll go ahead and let you do that because I don't want you to run to the strength of the formation where you got extra blockers. And what he does is he goes ahead and throws the RPO, but look who's right here. That guy's right in that passing lane, picks it off, and takes it house against this guy. So he's in a world of hurt. It went from a close game to not a close game, just based on that decision right there. So he gets the ball back, 18 seconds left in the third quarter. If he can score a touchdown, he can keep it into a game. Goes into the empty set because basically he's not having success against my run defense. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of base a line, go with palms. I've got to take care of the 3, and right here I had this guy spied up. He didn't like his progressions, but you can see the matching. These guys are matching. I've got a double high match right here. This guy's over here matching, and my responsibility was on this guy. And I felt when he started running out, he's going to try to force it up, so I peeled away. But because I had that spy out there, that actually stopped him. So he goes into pistol ace. And this is pretty much going to be the rest of the game right here. This is the final game in this type of situation. Back in the pistol ace, he liked running this play, but he just couldn't get it off. Get an interception right here against my opponent with the palms. People just struggle with palms coverage. They just have a hard time with it. I'm able to go ahead and get a rage quit out with a guy that's ranked 4,700 in the nation. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you do like these tips, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're running palms or match coverage, let me know down in the notes. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.